president of this country told the American people when he was speaking about Afghanistan. Listen.
Afghanistan political leaders gave up and fled the country. The Afghan military collapsed, sometime without trying to fight. We gave them every tool they could need. We provided close air support. We gave them every chance to determine their own future. What we could not provide them was the will to fight for that future.
What do you make of that assessment? Did you lack the will?
Absolutely not. The Afghan people made tremendous sacrifices for Afghanistan. I think it would be dishonor to take that away. What happened was the rug was pulled under the Afghans' feet. The decision to talk directly and engage the Taliban and make a deal with the Taliban that didn't include the Afghan government was protested myself in this city about what was going to happen to our government, what was going to happen to us.
That was a U.S. agreement under the Trump administration with the Taliban.
Exactly.
That the Biden administration honored.
And those decisions, that decision to talk directly to the Taliban without the presence of the Afghan government, and then the full transparency with the Afghan government led to the collapse that happened on August 15th. For 3 years, our hands were tied behind our back. We were not allowed to fight. There was no offensive. In 2018 and 2019, the Trump administration's policy that was the South Asia strategy was doing wonders. It was helping us push the Taliban back. In 2019, there was a whole offensive planned to push the Taliban, and it would have given us a part to not a total military victory, but given us close to getting what we wanted.
But the Taliban was gaining control of parts of the country.
No.
They were gaining ground.
2019, we started pushing Daesh out of the eastern Nangarhar. There was no fighting in Kunar. In the north, the offensives were planned, and then that's when the support stopped. So we stopped receiving the kind of support that was necessary to be able to continue those offensive operations. In 2020, when this deal was signed, there was no offensive on the part of the Afghan government. We were told if you announce an offensive against the Taliban, you would be seen as warmongers. And the Taliban continued to strike the Afghan security forces throughout the country. They had an agreement to say there will be no attacks on city centers and district centers, but all of the outposts around the city and district centers that were protecting it were being targeted, and our hands were tied. We were not able to announce an offensive that year. In 2021, all they had was district centers left. So from 2019, the collapse of the Afghan government started. In 2020, it gained momentum. In 2021, it was the end. They were at city centers fighting. I think the Afghan security forces fought bravely and defended what they could. But when there was no more, when nothing was left, including the supplies of their ammunition, we ran out of all kinds of ammo for our Air Force. We didn't have any kind of laser-guided missiles anymore. And so they were, our aircrafts were grounded, and we didn't have the close air support that we needed from the international community, including the United States.
Under the Biden administration.
This is this year. This is 2021. Our fixed aircrafts, the fixed wing aircrafts, didn't have the ammunition necessary to be able to fight. So I think, and when the contractors withdrew, or when the contractors were withdrawing from, they were doing everything for the Afghan, from a logistical perspective, that there was still a huge amount of dependency. The Afghan security forces could fight, but only when they had everything they needed.